What's good, superstars? Back with another veve Omi video. You got Superstar Joe, you got Superstar Nation, Superstar Fam in the building. How's it going, guys? Sorry, guys, just showing you how the Omi is going to feel after it starts getting burned from Omi to NFT. What does that mean exactly? We're going to get into it. But guys, if you're new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notifications so you know whenever we post about veve Omi content. You can also become a VIP member, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button. Get one of those stars next to your name. More entries into the giveaways the longer you hold on. Giveaways every single month. It's a lot of fun. Follow us on X. We're very active on X. Follow us on Instagram. Not so active there, but we could be if you want us to. And follow us in the Discord. Join the Discord. Just added a travel tips section into the Discord. I mean, if you're going away and you want to know about a certain place, post it up in there. Be like, guys, what do you know about this place? Where should I go? Where should I check it out? Wanted that to be accessible for the Superstar fan. People are from all over the world in there. Every continent, a lot of countries. I mean, I don't even know where everybody's from, but it's all over, and people are always giving tips of the best places to go. So definitely be in the Discord. And now we have travel tip section, but we also have a veve section, an Omi section. Any of your favorite projects, they're all in there. It's the only Discord where you can go and you have a section for every project. Whereas individual projects, you go there, you only talk about that project. So it's somewhere where people who are in multiple things like to diversify, learn from different projects. You can go, and lots of like-minded individuals in there. Actually, over 360 of them are in there. So definitely check out the Discord, hit the link in the description, and I promise you, you will find something that you like in there, because there's something for everybody. All right, so we're going to get into it. It's late today. I need to hit the deadline, get in there before midnight. But I want to talk about Omi to NFT. What does it mean for us, the user, the Omi holders, the veve community? What does it mean? I think a lot of people hear Omi NFT and they make a lot of assumptions. I don't think everybody here understands exactly what it would mean for our Omi, our NFTs, exactly how it's going to work. So I want to bring back something that it might not be valid anymore. This may be expired, if you will. Actually, I know for a fact that parts of it are expired, but if you remember, I think it's over a year now, Puddin Cheeks and Reese came out and they talked about an Omi utility program, and they talked about Omi to NFT. And this is the one catalyst that everybody's saying is going to change the game. It's going to make Omi go up in value. It's going to make Omi do all kinds of crazy things. So what I want to do is I want to break down what was laid out in that. If you guys remember, it was a Notion site that they had, and they had it all over there. I don't have a screenshot handy. I know we have videos on it. I want to give some credit to a couple other creators here who have done videos on it as well. One of them have not seen around in quite some time, and that is HODL Fandom. I know that a lot of you guys are big HODL Fandom fans. So, I mean, hopefully he's doing well and he comes back, because he was very, very detailed in his analysis and all of the great work that he did. Very professional setup. And he was on the channel, I think, on our 1-year anniversary, and just missed the guy in the community. So hopefully he comes around soon. But Omi to NFT, let's just read this quickly. It's a little paragraph. This is a little excerpt from that Notion site. So the Omi utility program introduces features that are designed to open access to the broader crypto market and return the originally planned utilities to the Omi token. So they were planned originally, and then they were re-planned for this, and then now it's reimagined again. So like we're on to the third iteration, but we don't know what that includes. So we're going to make some assumptions here and see what we think could be realistic, what isn't realistic, because we know since Mitch came on board, he's trying to do a lot of synergies when it comes to OUP, right? So OUP, MCP kind of married together. We've already started to see it with the staking. So I'm going to continue here. Namely, the purchasing of premium license digital collectibles, NFTs on veve. In the veve store, you will do this with the Omi to Gem feature. Now, this one here, I think, is probably the most important, in my opinion, because you buy gems from the gem pool with Omi. That Omi goes to the reserve or burn, whatever, and it's gone, right? So that's instant, but that's when you buy from the store, and that's a little bit different because veve's got to be selling that stuff, right? When it comes to peer-to-peer or the veve marketplace, collectors will be able to list their collectibles, accessories, and OUP tickets for sale in the Omi tokens, and buyers will be able to use their Omi to purchase those items from other veve users. Now, we know that the bronze tickets, I've seen some communication, the bronze tickets that we right now looks like they're starting to start with the bronze tickets April 1st. It's supposed to be April Fool's. Don't know if that's going to be April 1st is supposed to see our first bronze tickets in action. we have learned that they are not NFTs. So to me, that means that this part maybe not exactly as it was said over here. Maybe we will not be able to sell the tickets in the marketplace. At least it won't be a collectible. Maybe you can still sell them, but it's just like a digital good. I don't know how that's going to work. Maybe it's not something you could track on blockchain. Maybe that's the only difference, but maybe still can participate in the marketplace. Not 100% sure how that's going to mix and jive with all the other stuff that's NFTs, IMX based, and all that stuff. So curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Do you think that that's out of the way now, and iteration 3, we're going to have a lot bigger changes? But the one thing that people don't realize is like the veve. I think a lot of people think you list an OMI, and whatever a person buys that collectible for, now that OMI is all gone and it's burned, and that's why it's going to be crazy. What it is that if you read that first point there, the fees for buying and selling with OMI tokens are based on the collector staking tier. All buyer fees are paid in OMI and removed from circulation, sent to the veve reserve to be permanently burned by the sale of trading of veve NFTs. So there is a buyer fee when it comes to OMI to NFT, when it comes to the peer-to-peer stuff. So OMI to NFT is more so peer-to-peer, because then when you're buying from the store, it's really OMI to gem. And I think the OMI to gem, bigger percentage is going to the burn, and that's nice. So the buying and the selling from each other, it's the buyer fee that is going to be paid in OMI and removed from circulation. And then to replenish that gem pool that we talked about when it comes to buying from the store, it will be a seller fee that is paid in gems. A percentage goes into the gem pool and to replenish it. So you're constantly getting gems put into there by the seller fee, and then the buyer fees are going into the reserve, burning OMI. So how big are these buyer seller fees? This is going to be based on our tiers and our staking. So we're going to pull up another creator here because we love to share the love. My Collectibles, everybody's favorite creator in the veve OMI community. So he did a great video. It's about a year ago now, and he shows the staking tiers. Again, we have videos on the channel if you want to check them out, but let's share the love here. And this one here is a snippet, P2P, OMI to ticket. I believe it works the same for OMI to NFT, just the way that it's written here. But anyway, again, old information, not on the website anymore, so cannot take it as fact until we know what it is. But if this was their plan in the background before, I don't see why they can't do something like this again. So staking tier, if you aren't in a tier, if you're staking nothing, you're paying 2.5% to buy with OMI. So are you really going to go and buy something where you're paying more money with OMI? Or are you going to be listing something for less so that it counts for the buyer fee? Like, to me, that's why I don't think the OMI directly to NFT when you have a buyer fee is going to be the most efficient way or the most catalytic way of burning the OMI. I think the OMI to the gem is what we really want to see. That OMI to gem, let me buy gems with OMI, burn those gems, or burn that OMI, because we're converting it into the gems now. But then you think about it, and it's like you're buying the gems with the OMI. That has to come from the gem pool, which means that you would have to be able to sell things with OMI to be able to replenish the gem pool. But if people aren't buying and selling with OMI, try and keep on track of me. If people don't use this peer-to-peer OMI side, you're not going to replenish that gem pool. But then if people are buying gems for buying from the store from that gem pool, because there's no buyer fee when it comes to that, I think. I don't understand. You're buying gems now. Is there a buyer fee when you buy gems as well? Are you paying a fee to buy gems? This is where I get confused, because if I'm only buying from the store, but I don't want to do peer-to-peer with OMI, then I'm going to start taking gems, but not backing that by fiat or whatever, and then there becomes more liability to OMI. I feel like, or to veve, because they're producing gems and not having the backup, because if there's less action going on in the, so I don't know. It's just there's a lot of moving parts, but I don't think that it's going to be exactly as it's laid out here. But again, would you pay more money to buy with OMI? I guess if you have a huge bag of OMI just sitting there and this becomes your utility, if you're buying something that's $10,000, if you want like a Miles Morales, you're spending an extra, $250 to get it. I don't know if that makes sense for people. Like, I guess if you have a bag of OMI though, you're paying less fees. You're paying the 0.5%, so you'd be like $50. But still, like, for what? You're going to spend more money for what? So depending on the staking tier that you're in, that's what will happen. Now, go back to this because I really like this layout here that they did. Buyer fees will also be added to the burn rewards points meter. So I haven't heard that mentioned at all in this last year. And I think that would be like your main driver for you paying more money to buy with OMI. Like, I'm going to pay another extra 1% to buy with OMI. I want to have some reason to do that. I want the utility of buying with OMI to be rewarding me. I understand that I'm doing the greater good by burning OMI to help the circulating supply shrink, but I don't want to be doing God's work. I want it to be a environment that's sustainable. And I know that most people on veve right now, they're very efficient. They understand they're becoming more and more efficient as time passes. They've been burned over and over and over, like different drops, or they've seen how market cycles work, and now they're very efficient. And I think the same would happen once it comes to the OMI stuff. And they're like, oh, why am I doing this? Like, I'm losing money. I could just buy it in gems the regular way and not pay that fee. Maybe for depending if they give you other benefits. Again, it's not determined anymore. This was the old way. This is not confirmed. It's taken down. It's not on their Notion website, or their Notion website is not accessible anymore. But so this is that burn rewards points meter. If it has any utility, like if you get a higher meter on how many things you burned, and then you get access to other perks, very important, I think, when it comes to that. So I think that would be something that we need to hear them start talking about when we're getting OMI to NFT news. If we don't hear that, then to me, OMI to NFT becomes like this, and OMI to gem becomes the one that I'm looking at, because that's where I start to see a little bit more efficiency. If I'm not saying something correctly, or I'm not understanding something correctly, also please let me know in the comments, but I think I'm getting it. All OUP seller fees are paid in gems, 100% of which go to the OMI to gem pool. So we talked about that already. Seller fees in gems go to the gem pool. Buyer fee, which doesn't exist on anything else right now, buyer fee in OMI goes to the reserve, gets burnt, and then you get some burn reward points. That burn reward points is crucial to make people want to spend more money to buy the same thing. I think, though, it will be a very dynamic market, because you're going to have to be looking at the OMI price, and then you're going to have to convert it to fiat, and you're going to have to compare that to how many gems that would cost you. People are going to have all kinds of Excel sheets. I mean, it's going to be a wild, wild west. I think I've heard it referred to the wild, wild west when it did exist, because OMI to NFT did exist back in the day. If you don't remember, I don't remember, but I've been told. It's like one of those stories where your grandpa sits you down on his lap and he tells you, back in my day, this is. If you were here for that, let me know, how did you feel about it? I know one person who was here for that. I don't know anybody else, because that was in the early days. When OMI to NFT was actually a thing. So I would love to hear any insights that we can hear about how you guys see this going. The best, or not the best, but like the most important thing to realize here is the OMI to NFT feature will be available before staking. And as such, all token holders will enjoy the same fee tier 3 for OMI to NFT transactions. So that would have been on tier 3, you would have been paying a 1% fee. But again, we have staking already. There's been no mention of how this will all interact. I would assume, and this is a big assumption because it doesn't say it anywhere, so take that for what it is. I would assume that when this OMI to NFT comes out, they are going to get rid of the buyer fee, and we won't see circulating supply burned from OMI to NFT directly. That's my prediction, just because I feel like that's a little bit simpler. Maybe they can. Why would you pay more if there's no burn rewards points? Or they go back to this, but why take it down then? I don't know. I don't know how they do it. Maybe if you have the maximum stake, then you get none or no fee. And then it makes you stake more. The more stake, the more that's out of supply, because people are staking it. So there's only a certain amount that's circulating. Maybe that's the way to do it. But I would think that when it first starts out, at least, we're not going to see that. Or what do you think? Do you think they're going to do the fee? And then are you going to buy if you're going to have to pay more for it? I'm curious to hear what you guys think when it comes to that. But I don't know. The tickets, I don't know if you're going to be able to buy and sell those anymore, because they're not NFTs from what we've seen. They're just going to be digital goods. Are you going to be able to buy and sell digital goods? Do they have to be NFTs? So many questions, so many things. I wanted to make this video just because I'm starting to understand it again, because we're hearing from Foster that that OMI to NFT should be coming. And I feel like OMI to gem is the play. I feel like OMI to gem, it should be more wanted than OMI to NFT, just based off of how I understand the burning mechanic. Again, if I am missing something, please point it out in the comments. Let me know what you think. But as far as I'm concerned, bring me the Omi to Gem. Change all the titles. All the people who are putting hashtag Omi NFC, change it to Omi to Gem for me. And I think that's what I want. But I'm going to let you guys chime in the comments. You're going to let me know, is that what you want? Am I reading something completely wrong? How do you think it's going to play out? Because it's obviously not going to play out how it was shown there, because there's already a couple things that have come out. Staking came out first. They said this was going to come out before staking. How do you see it playing out? What do you want to see? What's your preference? Let me know in the comments down below. And don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know when we post about Omi, veve content. You can also become a VIP $2.99 a month. Hit the join button. We'll see you soon. I love you. Bye.